So in this video today, I'm going to walk you through the key mindset shifts that you need to make to be successful as an online coach. Now, that's not saying if you're not perfectly minded that you won't be successful, but for me and myself, these are the things that I think have been very important that I've had instilled in my mindset that's allowed me to, be where I am today. So I want to walk you through these things because I think it's really important for you to understand how you need to think and how you need to perceive yourself in order to move forward in a business that actually is quite mentally tough. It's based on social media. You spend a lot of time alone at your computer. For the most part, when most of you are starting, it's going to be you working in the business alone. And I think if you don't have these things set, it can very, very quickly unravel, and it can very, very quickly become a situation that maybe isn't the best for you. So I'm going to walk you through what those three things are now. So the first mental trait that I think is really important is confidence. That sounds like really a cliche thing, but it's not just about confidence in yourself and your abilities. It's confidence in your program and your ability to do the best job for your clients. And I think that is one of the most important things that you can instill. And you have to work on that personally. If you don't have that ingrained in your mindset, no amount of tinkering with your program and building your program and adding new features into your program will ever make that work. You have to know deep down, if you were given a phone number of a client, that you could coach them to success. That's the level of confidence that you need to have. That if, right, me and you give me a phone number, I'm going to talk to you every day and I'm going to get you through this process and I'm going to get you excellent results. If you do that, then your confidence is based around you and your ability and not about the shiny things that you have in your program, because somebody will always have something shinier. That will then bleed through. If you are absolutely ironclad confident that you can get someone the result that they want and you can make an impact in their life, when you write content, when you message people, when you get people on sales calls, you will pass that confidence on. People can feel that confidence and they will buy into you and your program a lot more. Okay? You have to have that. If you don't have that, and this is what I've seen a lot, the coaches that struggle, that seem to be doing all the right things, they seem to be doing the right messaging, they seem to be putting the effort into the content, they seem to be saying the right things on the sales calls. It's the confidence, it's the belief in themselves to get the job done. And one of the things that we do is we make sure we share all our client wins and our successes with our sales team. So our sales team know exactly what clients are being successful in our program. Our lead generation team know the success stories of the clients in the program. So they believe in the results as well. Because if they don't believe in the program that they're trying to sell, they're not going to perform either. And that's why it's so important. So confidence in yourself and confidence in your program would be the first thing that I would make sure that you build within yourself. The second mental trait that you're going to need is resilience. When building your own business, things will never be perfect. Things are never going to linearly work the way they want to. So if you've watched my story, you'll kind of know the first time I launched my online coaching program properly, I made £8,000 in the first month and then never made less than £8,000 for the rest of my career. I've never had a month where I've made less than that since I started online coaching. What you don't see is the years before that, when I have tried to launch online transformation things. I tried to run transformation programs. I've worked in several different gyms. I never made 10 grand in a gym. I sometimes, most of the time, I'd make 2-3 grand a month. All that time I was working on my skill set, and I was more working on myself as a person in order to get to that point. A lot of it was me growing up and me kind of developing into a person that could actually handle a very good business. And I'm quite glad that maybe I didn't grow my business as fast as I did now then, because I probably didn't have the personality to handle it. But for me, having that resilience to keep trying and not give up on myself and keep moving and keep looking for ways to improve myself and not giving up. The main launch of my online coaching program was probably about the 9th or 10th program that I fucking tried to launch. But people don't see all of that. They just see the one that works. And that's what you've got to be. All the messages you send that don't get replied to, it's not about those. It's about the ones that do. All the sales calls that don't go anywhere, it's not about those. It's about the ones that do go somewhere, and then you get a client whose life you can change. You have to have the resilience to keep doing the things that you know you have to do, even if the reward isn't immediate, even if you feel like it's not worth what you're doing. Yes, there's a point in time where you have to look at whether you're doing the right strategies. That's why obviously people come and work with us, because they want that confidence of, yes, I'm doing the right thing. Yes, I'm saying the right things. Yes, this is the right way forward, because you've been there and done it, and all your clients have as well. So they have that process then where it only just then becomes about finding the way to make it work for you. And we see a lot of coaches sometimes that move quite quickly and get a lot of initial success, and then they've never had to build up that resilience, and they'll get to 8, 10K, 12K, and then they'll have a couple of months maybe where things go backwards and they'll do like 6 or 7. And I've seen coaches fall apart at that point because they cannot believe that things aren't moving forwards. Oh my God, why is it not working? I've put all this effort in. If you don't have that resilience within yourself to work through those problems, you'll never achieve anything great in the industry. So resilience would be the second thing that I would focus on. The final trait is being able to focus. Being able to focus on one task and one way forward and one outcome is something that I see people struggle with a lot, and it holds them back within business. I've seen people who are, wouldn't say not successful, but don't have a business in a position where they would really want to. Their business isn't performing at its potential, and they've got 4 programs running. They've got a one-to-one program, they've got a group program, they've got an app, they sell meal plans, or they've got an ebook that they sell. I've seen people that have 9 different price points. Okay, this is my platinum tier, this is my gold tier, this is my silver tier, this is my bronze tier, this is my fucking tin tier or copper tier or whatever it is. And it's because they're not focused on just moving the one thing forward and making the one thing work. They try and move forward by creating multiple streams, multiple programs, and people try and be successful early days, making multiple streams of revenue. I don't know anyone that's become extremely successful without just being really, really good at one thing for a long period of time. These people that you see who have multiple streams of income have done it because they've diversified at a very, very high point in their career, where actually maybe they'd reached the ceiling of where that one main income stream could take them. But people are trying to apply those lessons way too early. And what happens is they become distracted. Their energy and their focus is spread over too many things, and there's not enough focus on the one thing to move it forward. The same thing happens with tactics and strategies. People, when they're growing businesses from 0 to 5K, they want all these they want to run ads, they want to run challenges, they want to run launches, they want to do this, they want to do that, they want to have a Facebook group. And the problem is they're not focusing enough time and effort on the things that are really going to move the business forward, which is creating great content, having a very structured and well thought out messaging process, and being very good at sales and coaching your clients. Those are the 4 things that you need to be good at. Those 4 things. And the problem is, in the same way that you will say to your clients, all you need to do is focus on the main variables. You don't need to worry about carb timing. You don't need to worry about this. Coaches then go into business and they do the exact same thing as the clients do. You focus on what's the best time to post, what's the best way to get 100 people in my Facebook group, what's the best kind of challenge to run. And what they're not doing is focusing on the basics that they need to move forward. And I think if we made every single coach just post content, talk to their audience, and do sales and coach their clients for 6 months, and that's all they were allowed to do, we'd probably build much better business owners than they do now. So focus would be the final thing. Pick one strategy, one program, and one way of coaching and acquiring clients, and get really, really good at that over the process of 6 months to a year before you look at diversifying anything, and it will put you in a brilliant position. So that's a bit of a heavier one then on the thought processes and the mindset that you need to grow your coaching business. But I think it's really important to have as a foundation. But if you want more practical advice on things that you can actually do in order to grow your coaching business, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification icon, and I'll see you next time.